man who has been at Caroline's, New York Comedy Club, all over the place. Let's give a warm welcome to Matt Goodmark.
Yeah.
Hey. All right. So, yeah, that was Renee. Everybody give it up for Renee.
Yeah.
That's a stirring intro I got, right? I was at a comedy club last night, and this is the introduction that I got. Ladies and gentlemen, your next comedian is a real comedian's comedian, Matt Goodmark. What kind of a shitty compliment is that? It's like saying, what I'm doing publicly is so odd that only other people who do it can understand it. You don't apply that to other professions. Like, they're never like, oh, that Dr. Smith, he is a pediatrician's pediatrician, doing shit to children only other doctors get. So my last name is Goodmark, and a lot of people go, Goodmark, is that Jewish? And I get confused. But then I remember, it's pronounced Goodmark, but it's spelled Finkelmeyer-Bergstein. I always say yes, though, because it's the only excuse I have to put lamb's blood on my door. So, confession, I love vintage clothing, which is why I shop at the Old Navy. But I want you to know, I may shop there, but I don't believe in any of the principles of the Old Navy. You know, like women not being able to enlist and black guys having to swab the deck, that's bullshit. I mean, that kind of bigotry and sexism will not stand, but a $40 pea coat is a $40 pea coat. It's good you guys got the history joke. Guess we're not in America. So I got told the other night by somebody that said, your stand-up's really good, but you need more crowd work. Like, you need to talk to people more, relate to the audience, you know? So I'm gonna try that. Who here has small talks? All right, we'll try again. You, sir, do you have a family? Me too. That worked great. I got parents. You know what's fucked up? My parents, they don't think I'm attractive, and I look like that. The other day, my dad was like, Matt, you have the body of a 65-year-old man. I was like, Dad, you have the mustache of a pedophile. He was not stoked. That's where I get my complimentary skills. That's where I get all my social skills when dealing with people from my dad. So like the other day, my friend was like, oh my God, I'm so mad at my mom. And I was like, don't worry, someday she'll be dead. That's right. Matt Goodmark is an island surrounded by burning bridges. But I'll admit it, you know, I put on a little weight. You know, it happens to the best of us. And I've been trying to like beat that in some way. So, you know, cut back on beer is like the first thing people tell you. So I've been trying to order Diet Coke more often. But like, have you ever ordered a Diet Coke in a bar? It's like the most unmanly thing you can do on the face of the planet. Like, it's on a scale of gay, it's like fanny packs, two dudes fucking, ordering a Diet Coke in a bar. And what was it, Andrew, he's talking about the fight thing when you're little. Like, it goes the same way when you're like big. Like, girls always expect me like, oh, I'm gonna get in a fight for them. Like the other day, a girl was like, I didn't walk my friend home, and she was like, oh my God, I totally could have been mugged. Like, if you're gonna get mugged, I'm not gonna be able to help you. Now, if the mugger jumped out of an alley and was like, I'm gonna stab you and rape her unless you can eat all 15 of these cheeseburgers in under 5 minutes, well, then we're gonna be okay. You got a knife? Even better. I can cut it in half. I never share with her, do I? But yeah, no, the way Renee was talking about you know, being on a dating site. The other day, my friend told me I should check out OkCupid. Has anybody heard of this? It's like a free online dating site. Operative word free. All right. So I go on this website, and when I realized it wasn't for me, was they have a thing on there called keywords, and what it does is it finds 3 words in your profile that matches 3 words in somebody else's profile. So all I'm thinking is, like, 6 months into, like, when a relationship fails, and you're like, oh, why did it work out? We like smiling, ice cream, and the, that I found my soulmate. So I had kind of an interesting subway ride this morning coming out of the city. I was walking, through the train, and I accidentally stepped on some guy's foot. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And he was like, stupid. No, clumsy, not stupid. I mean, if I would have been like, oh shit, I'm sorry, 2 + 2 = 5, and George Bush is still the president, well, then I'm stupid. Or just not informed, either one. But I do, I love the subway, I do. The other day I saw a woman reading a book on the subway, and it was sexting, an erotic mystery. Right? Reading in public, how pretentious. I wouldn't have been able to resist either, though. I mean, that is my favorite Canterbury tale. Oh, Chaucer, you and your naughty texts. You're like the Brett Favre of medieval literature. I work. I sometimes I work a day job, and I was thinking, I wish, I'm doing comedy at night. I don't really make a lot of money, and I was thinking, like, oh, if only I had a good internship, right? And I started thinking, where did internships start? Could you imagine you were in an internship in ancient Rome? Your paper to your teacher is I remember the last day of my internship. We all stood on the steps of the Senate, and then we stabbed Caesar. And he looked up at me and he said, E2? Matt? So we've read. I'm gonna get out of here in a little bit, actually, guys. But one last thing I want to talk about is that it comes up a lot lately. Is that I'm an atheist, actually. As we get to the holidays, I know it's really cheerful. I don't believe in God at all, and I think the reason why I have so much trouble getting behind religion is because at its core, it's supposed to be inclusive, right? Inclusive, but it can be very exclusive. And I feel like everybody I know that's very religious is oh, if you're gay, you're going to hell. Oh, if you're this religion, you're going to hell. Oh, if you're this orientation, you're going to hell. So you mean to tell me there's a sign on the gates of heaven that says no gays, Jews, or blacks? Because then heaven is Mississippi, and you can go there now. The wait is over. Heaven is a place on earth, and everything there is fried. But I think that the real turning point for me in that whole thing was, does anybody know who a couple months ago, there's these people, the Westboro Baptist Church. Yeah, and they were protesting the funerals of gay soldiers who died in Iraq and Afghanistan. And they got an email from David Duke, the former head of the KKK, that was a cease and desist email. Now, you're an asshole when the head of the KKK is you guys are being kind of mean. I mean, I'm all for lighting minorities on fire, but let's try to be a little more understanding. I mean, really. Thank you guys. I'm Matt Goodmark.